Hey friends, this is Angela from Art of Creation Homestead again. You're in the kitchen with me today, where I'm going to show you another really great canning recipe. This one is a quick one, but it's valuable. So this is going to be pickled banana pepper rings. You know those jars you buy in the store? You're going to do it yourself, and they're going to be so much better. So here's what you do. This is about 20 banana peppers. These are sweet banana peppers. Now you can use pepperoncini if you like a little spice. You can use Hungarian wax peppers if you like it even spicier. You can do this with any pepper at all, hot or sweet. And all I've done is I've washed them up real good. You can seed them or not seed them. I have seeded them for the most part. You can't really get all the seeds out in this process, cutting them into rings. But it really doesn't matter if you seed them or not seed them. And I've cut them about that thick. Can you see? Because you want a good, substantial pepper ring. So now what you want to do is you want to pack them into your jars. Now I'm going to give you a little secret, my little tip. I put a clove of garlic into each jar. Gives it a nice little garlicky flavor. And this beautiful garlic is what we just harvested this year. We will link the video above. Isn't that gorgeous? Now what you want to do so that you release the flavor is you want to take your knife, blade side away from you. Make sure that the blunt side is toward you. The blade side is away from you. You don't want to cut yourself. Take the heel of your hand and push down. You just want to bruise it up just a little bit. See? See, it's just cracked. See, it's just cracked open and bruised up just a little bit. You want to put one of those in each jar. I think I'm going to get about 3 jars today. Now let me smash this other piece of garlic. And this is what you want to do. You want to take these pepper rings and you want to pack them tight into a nice hot jar. Now, the reason I say pack them tight is because they are going to shrink as they pickle. Aren't those beautiful? So you want to pack them in there. Leave about an inch or so headspace. Because you want your vinegar to be able to, you want your brine solution, not just vinegar, but your brine solution to actually be able to get in and around all the peppers. We're at the stove now and we're gonna make our brine because our jars are all packed and ready to go. As you can see, aren't they gorgeous? Now, in the pot, we have 3 cups of white distilled vinegar. You do not really want to use apple cider vinegar because it will flavor them too much. You want white distilled so that the flavor comes solely from the peppers and the garlic. And one more secret ingredient that I'm going to give you. And we have 2 cups of water. And in this little measuring cup, we have 1.5 tablespoons of canning and pickling salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Knock all of that out of there. Now, for our other secret ingredient. Our one secret ingredient was the clove of garlic in each jar. This secret ingredient is about 1/2 teaspoon, just a scant 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. It's going to give it a little bit of flavor. It's also going to give it a beautiful yellow color. And anybody who knows anything about turmeric knows that it will boost up the health benefits as well. So, we're going to bring this to a boil over medium-high heat. we'll bring this to a boil. As you can see, our brine is now at a really good boil. And as you can see, it's a gorgeous yellow color. But be very careful with this. It stains a lot because of the turmeric. So don't get it on anything white, or don't get it on your clothes. So now, what we're going to do, we've already got our peppers in the jars. And this is, if you've watched any of our canning videos, you know about my little canning station that my mom always taught me to have, where I have this little pie plate, and I have my mug, which I will ladle everything with, all my tools, everything right here by, so that all of any drips will go in the pan and not on your counter. So here we go. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to turn off the heat. And you're fogging up. Sorry about that. And now we're going to ladle this beautiful brine over our peppers. Well, since I'm using a mug, are we going to be mugging our brine over our peppers? I don't think that'll work. Oh well. Now we're going to pour it over. We want to leave about a 1/2 inch headspace. See what I mean about that turmeric? It just gives that such a beautiful color. And it also gives it a really nice flavor as well. And you can smell the minute that hot brine hits those peppers, you can smell those peppers already starting to pickle. And see, now we've got our little handy dandy debubbling tool, which is also a measuring device. See, we have 1 inch headspace there, 3/4 inch, and so on, down to a 1/4 of an inch. This one you want a 1/2 inch. See, we're right there at it. We may have to add a little more after we debubble it. You want all the bubbles out because you want a nice airtight seal. Okay, so now we'll measure it again. We're perfect, 1/2 inch. So now you want to take a damp paper towel and you want to wipe any debris from your jar rim, because you don't want any food debris to be around the rim of that jar, because if it does, it may not give you a right seal. It may give you a false seal. You do not want a false seal. Now we're going to take a ring. We just put a hot flat on there. Now we're going to take a ring and we're going to just finger tighten it. You want it just finger tight. You don't want it wrenched down. You want it just finger tight, which isn't easy to do with one hand. So let me set you down here. So let me sit you down here so that I can actually do this right. And actually use 2 hands on this puppy. So let's sit you down here. There we go. Now it's tightened down. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our handy dandy jar lifters, which if you do not have this pair of jar lifters, you need to get it. The grips are so much better and they're so much stronger than the ones that come in those little kits. So what we're going to do, for those of you who haven't watched my canning videos, this is the Ball Electric Water Bath Canner, and it is awesome. If you ever want me to do a full-on review of it, just let me know in the comments below and I will do a review video on it. Okay, and now we're going to lower our peppers down into the water bath, and we're going to continue filling our jars. Last jar going in. We got 3 pints. That was enough brine to do 3 pints. Plus there was a little bit of brine left over, so if you have more peppers than that, you may want to double the brine. So you guys know, if you've watched my videos, the Ball Electric Water Bath Canner has a plate that you put on top so that it holds your jars securely in place while they boil. So you drop that plate down on top. Make sure you have at least 1 to 2 inches of water above the level of your jars. We have a little over an inch, so that's fine. Now, we're going to put the lid on, and you want to bring it back up to a bubble. Now, when it's at a boil, and you see, look in here, and you see bubbles coming back up, you want to process it for 10 minutes. And then, after it's processed, you want to turn the heat off. See, the Ball Electric water bath canner, you set it on canning, and then you turn it all the way around to off, and leave it sit with the lid off and the plate out for 5 minutes so that everything can settle down and the boil can settle down. And as you can see, you can't see anything right now, you're fogging up. Clean you off. There we go. As you can see, we got 3 pints, and they have processed for 10 minutes. Now they are setting for, with the temperature, with the boil off, for 5 minutes so that everything can come down. And then we're going to pull them out. Now the thing you need to know about this is these are going to be wonderful on sandwiches. They're going to be wonderful in, some people even like them on pizza. I've never tried that. Let me know if you've tried that in the comments below. Because if it's good, I'd be willing to try it. But I know they're amazing on sandwiches. And Jason is the sandwich king. He loves to make sandwiches. But they're also really good in Mississippi chicken. If you're looking for a great recipe for Mississippi chicken, go over to Tangy at Freedom Homestead. I will leave a link to the video in the description below. Check out her video for Mississippi chicken, although she calls it Kentucky chicken. And it is amazing. You will not regret trying it. Now, it's been 5 minutes, so we're going to pull these out. Now remember, I've told you this before in past videos. You want to pull them straight out. You can tip them just a little bit to knock off some of that water. But you want to pull them straight out, because you do not want to risk sloshing some of that vinegar under the lid, under the flap, because if you do, you could get a false seal. And again, like I've told you before, a false seal is when you think it's properly airtight sealed, but it's not. And that will allow room for botulism to grow. And you do not want botulism to grow. Now what you want to do at this point to get that water off the top, you would just want to take some paper towel or a towel, and you want to just gently dab. You do not want to press hard. Just gently dab at it. See? Just gently dab it off, because you don't want to push down on this little popper right here. Because if you do, then you've sealed it. It hasn't sealed on its own, and it's not a proper airtight seal. So you want to dab that water off the top, and you want to leave these for, and aren't those gorgeous? Those are just beautiful. You want to leave these alone. Do not touch them for 18 to 24 hours. Some people say 12 to 24. I usually go 18 to 24. As you can see, I've already been canning tomatoes today as well. We had a great harvest this morning. And if you want to see that harvest, go on over to our Instagram page. We will leave a link to our Instagram page in the description below. There you will see pictures of all of our harvests. We can't show you every harvest in a video, so we put our pictures of our harvest on Instagram. Now, this is going to be the hard part of this whole thing. This whole thing right here, this is going to be the hard part. Those pepper rings look so yummy, you just want to dig in. But you can't. You've got to wait at least a month to let them pickle and get the right texture and the right brininess and everything. I know you don't want to wait, neither do I, but I promise you, your mouth will thank you if you wait, because the flavor is going to be through the roof outstanding, especially with that garlic and the turmeric. Remember, if you like this video and you want to let us know it, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to our channel. We will be doing a ton of harvest videos, a ton of canning videos throughout this season. And here in our area of Ohio, the harvest has just begun, so we've got a long way to go with this. So subscribe, ring that little bell so you get a notification every time we put up a video. And if you know someone who would love to know how to can their very own banana peppers, share this video with them. And always, leave us a comment below. We love hearing from you. We love talking to you. We love finding out what you're canning from your garden. And as always, God bless and have a great day.